Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Matt and Wendy DeWitt. We're here with another video. Today we got a FAQ video. So we thought we'd go over some of the top ones that we get asked over and over and a couple funnies. So let's get rolling.
All right, to start it off, Gail Humphrey asks, what is the difference between our trailer and an off-road model? Get asked that a lot.
Our trailer and the off-road model. You got to remember our trailer is about 2 years old now. So we have the mid-range. It's a 2019. Since then they've come out with a mid-range XL and they have the off-road edition. Basically when I'm trying to describe to people which model to pick, if you're doing some lightly rutted roads, gravel roads, state forests, light off-grid type camping, the mid-range is fine. And the mid-range XL, I'm assuming, will excel in that area too. If you're doing rock crawling, you're in Utah, you're in Colorado, you're doing some serious stuff, and you're staying extended amount of days off-road, some really rough roads, you're definitely going to want the off-road. It has the better clearance, better axle and suspension system. So that kind of hopefully will help you. But with all of this, it's all relevant to the date of this video being shot. So always refer back to hikertrailer.com for the latest information and changes.
Yep. All right. So number 2, we get asked this one a lot. Where did we find the griddle that we use? Matt takes a lot of videos of me cooking, and that griddle was actually a find at Aldi. One of those, it's here for a short period of time, get it when you can find it type of thing, and that was 3 years ago. So I have never come across it again since then. This past year I did find something similar on Amazon that I've added to our store. It is made out of aluminum. It's starting to warp a little bit, so I've been trying to kind of look and find something different. But at this point, it's worked well for me.
Yep.
All right, Stephen Hunter asks, Matt, thanks again for your videos. I'm trying to convince my wife to get a hiker. I've got her this close. What's that one last little thing that's going to get her over the top to agree to get one?
I don't know. That's a puzzling one. I would say wine and dine her. Take her out for a nice meal. Give her some flowers. Stephen, best of luck to you. We enjoy being out together. It's definitely cheaper than a hotel. I think that was in there. So best of luck to you. If you can find that secret, let us all know what the secret is to that.
What was it that got me over the top?
A lot of convincing not to be on the ground in a tent anymore.
True. It's a tent up off the ground.
Yes.
That has a comfy bed in it. That's your key right there.
I like
comfy
going
bed.
back to a tent. She wanted to be off the ground. The hiker trailer was right in the middle.
Yep. All right. Greg Coverdale asks, what was the total price of ours, including the accessories?
Total price. What do we got? $14,000. Now you got to remember, that's 2 years ago. So as of the shooting of our walk around and all the accessories on it at the time, which we've added multiple mods on since 2 years ago when we first purchased it, it was around $14,000. So that was, if you go back to one of the earlier videos, we're going to link a lot of the videos that we refer to down in the description. So if you go back to it, you can see exactly what was on it at the time for the $14,000 price tag. Things change again. Highly recommend go to hikertrailer.com and look at current pricing.
They actually have a page that you can get a quote that you just click through all the different options of what you're interested in. It gives you a price at the very bottom of it. You can go back and change options to the point that you get a price that is doable for you.
Yep.
All right. Oh, another man that's a Tilley man.
Oh, hats off to the Tilley man. Hats off.
Ron Wayne asked about the vented material under our mattress. Where did we get it? And then Cheryl Hansen is asking, does it sound crunchy or make any kind of noises when we roll around on it?
Well, Cheryl and Ron. So where did we get it? We got it from Mattress Insider. Same thing, put a link down below. Mattress Insider worked really well with us. There is a discount code down there if you are looking to purchase some. With using the Hypervent, we've had zero condensation. It is a great barrier. It basically allows the mattress to breathe. It allows air to circulate down below. We have had zero condensation under our mattress. No having to fold up the mattress and allow it to dry. I know some owners have had to do that. We just prefer it. We talked about like a rubber mat and that kind of thing. Some trailer owners have tried that and it works. But we just went right to having a big air cushion there. And we do not hear any crunching. That was one of the questions. We don't hear any crunching. When you roll back and forth, you don't hear anything. So it works out really, really well.
All right. David Lyle asks, have you been through any high wind storms? And how did your awning hold up?
Oh, yes.
We sure did.
We were in Michigan, and this is about 2 hours north of here, and we had a major, major thunderstorm come through overnight.
Bad.
The winds were estimated between 60 and 70 miles an hour. And what I ended up doing, anticipating the storm, watching the forecast, knowing it was coming in, I had two choices. One was to fold up my awning,
Which we should have done.
which I should have done and did not. The second choice was to ride it out with the awning out, try to keep some things underneath dry. But with the way the winds were like hurricane force, we probably should have folded it up. We chose to take all the guidelines and lashed it down at every lash point that we had. Now, we did not have the walls in place, which I'm glad, because then the wind could sail through it, versus if we had the walls in place, I'm pretty sure the wind would have gotten in there and tried to lift that awning and potentially lift our trailer with us in it. We figured if the trailer rocks enough and goes on its side, we've got two doors. We have an emergency escape hatch we could open up and get out. Now, hopefully, it would never get to that point, but that was the scariest thunderstorm we had ever rode out in that trailer, and it was downright scary.
It was.
So,
Yep. All right. So, Will Turner asks, can you run the inside mini desk heater while off-grid camping, or do you need to be hooked up to shore power to make that work?
the best thing to do is have shore power, because that powers your power strip in the back of the trailer in the galley. Then you can plug in. We use the little 250 volt heater. We can plug it in there without overloading our surge protector. You do not want to do that, or you'll melt that down with a 1500 watt thermostat controlled bigger heater. You're going to melt your power strip, so you don't want to do that. So when there's times where we have no shore power, we'll plug it directly into our jackery. And we have a jackery unit. We can turn it on. We warm up the trailer before we get in it. We get in our nice warm clothes. We stay comfy all night. Maybe once in a while you roll around and you flip the switch. We keep it right by our heads, behind our heads, blowing in the cabin. We sleep with our heads by the window, so our feet are towards the door. So I can easily reach up on that shelf and flip the switch if I get a little chilly, warm up the cabin. It warms up fairly quickly, then turn it off and not have an issue. Usually we'll turn it on in the morning just as we're kind of waking up. But yes, it can be done. You're going to need a battery bank of some kind that has an AC inverter in it in order to do it. Hopefully that answers your question.
Or TD asks, can the hiker be towed without brakes, or are they actually needed?
No, I mean, you can definitely tow a hiker without brakes. Here again, it depends on your application. So if you're going in the mountains a lot and you're up and down hills, I highly recommend any trailer have electric brakes at that point. I've always owned trailers with electric brakes. I know how to maintain them, which is, it's very minimal to maintain. It's that added little bit of security as far as having a chance that it's pushing your car. It's going to save on the wear and tear on your brakes too. It's also going to depend on you're pulling with a smaller little car, a Subaru, or are you pulling with a full-size truck. It's going to depend. Obviously, a bigger truck, it's not really going to be needed, but it's to each their own. That's the best thing about hiker trailer. They give you options, and hopefully this helps you make an educated decision.
All right. Jay Maxey asks, how long can you run your fridge off the trailer battery?
How long can we run the fridge off the trailer battery? We have never really run our fridge off the trailer battery. What we choose to do is we take the fridge and we keep it in the truck. Because when we go on day adventures, we'll park the trailer, we'll leave it, we'll take our fridge with us. We've got our snacks and sandwiches and cold drinks with us. We always have the fridge in the truck for that reason. We'd just like to be able to take that stuff with us, and it's not having to unload a bunch of things. What do we think we need for the day? Unload it, put it in the truck, have an adventure, come back, and then have to put it back in the fridge. So we choose to always take it with us. When we do take it with us, we're charging off 12 volt from the truck, or in an extended situation where the truck's just sitting and we're maybe off on a hike, we will plug it into our Jackery battery pack, keep it charged that way while we're gone, and then we can recharge while the truck's driving. We're going back to camp.
Yep. All right. E. Hasleg asks, how have your lights held up, specifically the ones under the trailer?
The trailer lights. He's probably referring to the step lights we put in, the amber ones. So we also put one in the back underneath the galley section. But under each door, we put a little strip light. It's around 6 inches long, I believe. And then a 12-inch strip in the back. They've held up really well. We've had no issues with them. No nicks, no cuts with rocks flying around and water. No water intrusion. They've held up really well. We've had no issues with them. That is the 8 EVP brand. And I prefer them because they come on a solid aluminum stick for their heatsink. And they have a couple little holes where you can tap a screw in. Or you can mount them 3M tape, but I didn't want to 3M tape them underneath the trailer just for the fact of that tape gets a little bit of loose or whatever over time and coming off, so I wanted to screw them into the frame and not have any issues. So they've held up really, really well. Thanks for asking.
Yep. All right. Wayne Stamper asks, how much does your hiker weigh? So with all of our gear and all the extra, like the awnings and all of that.
Mm-hmm. The weight of our trailer, we did a video on this. We'll put it down in the description. 1640 is how much it is. 1640 is with everything the way we go out on an adventure with all our equipment and gear and so on in it. Now the gross vehicle weight of the trailer is 1900. So we're way below that, so we don't have any issues with towing it or being overweight. You can go to any cat scale. Once you get your trailer, you can put your trailer right on a cat scale. It costs like $10 or $11, $12.
Yeah.
It's really inexpensive. You can find them at truck stops. There's an app for it, and you can weigh your trailer and make sure that you're under. And you definitely want to do that. Hiker designs the trailer to support so much weight. You want to make sure you don't go over that.
All right. The last question from Mr. Under Adventures. Are we having another HTC East again this year? Looking forward to getting a trailer and meeting some other hiker trailer owners.
Yes, absolutely. This is our third year doing it. We call it HTC E3 just to kind of shorten it up. But it's a group of like-minded individuals that show up with their hiker trailers. If you're looking to get into one, you're considering different options, or you even have a trailer and you're looking at mods, everybody's trailer is modded and is individual and unique, and we love that about it. So yes, we've organized it. It's going to be at Hocking Hill State Park in Ohio this year, September 17th through the 19th.
Reservations for this weekend would start April 17, so they can do them 6 months out. I looked at the weekend previous to when we're going to be going, and it is completely booked. So if you're interested in doing this, you're going to want to get on their site on the 17th, get your reservation in to make sure that you can actually join us, which we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. It always has been. Love meeting people in the evenings, having a nice campfire, and getting out and seeing all the trailers. We're really excited to see. Got a lot of things in the works, guys. Keep your eye on our channel. If you've got more frequently asked questions, or you got more questions you'd like us to address, put them down in the comments, and we'll build a list. And if you guys like this kind of video format, we'll look at doing them in the future. So, got a lot of cool things coming for the HTC E3 event. So, can I show them? Can we talk about it?
I think so.
For the last 2 years, we have had everybody bring something to put in a giveaway. So the last campfire night, we gather together. It's the last night, the last evening, and we have a drawing. And we draw names until everything's been given away. So with a lot of those cool things that are going to be given away, there's going to be some really cool, maybe bigger things that are going to be given away. So more to come from that. There's your sneak peek. So
for those of you that waited this far into the video, you have the inside scoop.
You have the inside scoop. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you subscribe. We got a lot of cool things we want to announce, and we're not quite there yet for announcing.
Close.
So
Close.
So there's your sneak peek. There's your inside look.
All right. Have a good week.
All right, guys. Have
See
a
you
good
on
week.
the next one.
Make sure you get out and do some camping.